श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। JNTU के final year ECE satellite communication Chebrolu Engineering College as per JNTU के syllabus unit number 4 lecture number 41. So welcome all the participants for online session. So now in this session our agenda equals to know the synchronization in TDMA networks. So before synchronization, so every participant has good knowledge about God times concept. So God time must be provided between the burst from each earth station so that the collisions are avoided. So that is the main agenda for this God time. Similarly, each station must transmit their burst so the correct instant so that burst arrives at the satellite in the correct position, so within the TDMA frame. So that is the what is the importance of the guard time. So now in this session, so I will explain about synchronization, the concept of the synchronization. So I think everybody know the significance of the synchronization to recover the information, particular proper time, proper slots, proper frames. So why? Because in our TDMA, majority of earth stations are operated under TDMA scheme. So therefore, these earth stations, are synchronized by one to another, and these earth stations are transmit their RF burst with respect to controlling the times. So the significance of earth stations, or the by using this TDMA, so the earth station bursts are controlled, monitored in the correct sequence. So when this type of synchronization is implemented in the satellite communication. Generally, this type of before implementing this type of synchronization, the system has somewhat of complexity. In that, number one, how to start up new earth station that is joining in the TDMA. That is first question. The second one is how to maintain the correct burst timing. So these are the preliminary questions while we set up the TDMA. Similarly, with respect to the range criteria, either LEO or MEO, so the range is vary. So why? Because each earth station will have to receive the different carrier frequencies. Therefore, frame rate changes, and change in this frame rate may automatically brings different frame length. So therefore, these how to start up the new earth station, how to join this TDMA, both questions are solved by maintaining the proper burst time as well as by monitoring the concerned carrier frequencies. So why? Because if the TDMA burst in a given system, there are n number of stations. So out of capital N number of stations, we have to treat one station as a master and another stations are slaves. So when we designate one station as master, they may generate reference burst to mark the start of the frame. As we mentioned in the previous structure, so we have preamble bit. So that preamble bit itself designates as reference burst, which shows the start point of the given frame. And similarly, in large networks, there may be several earth stations. So thousands of earth stations are available. So they have make the facility for the transferring of reference burst for the satisfying this redundancy, etc. So when all these criteria are satisfied, each station within the particular network, they has a slot which is given slot within the allotted stipulated frame to maintain proper transmission within the time slot only. Why? Because all these earth stations are bounded under TDMA structure. So within this knowledge, so each of all available earth stations, they may have a single slot. So within the particular time slot only, transmission can be taking place. So for maintaining these all, we have to preliminary unit guard time. So there are guard times at the end of the each station burst, so which are helpful to define the accuracy. Why? Because this burst time must achieve if guard time is kept 2 microsecond. Therefore, each station in the network must keep the burst which is minimum 1 microseconds. So when we follow, so that's why he here mentioned if the guard times are 2 microseconds at each earth station in the network, so they have must keep the burst which are less than 1 microseconds. So to implement all this information together in the TDMA, so we have to monitor the TDMA frames at the transmission station, and we have to correct, we have to monitor the correct time slot in the given frame. So why? Because the start of the reference burst or start of the master station that can be designated or that can be monitored by preamble only. So we have to keep the reference bus. We have to keep the master station preamble bit. So such that we have to know the start of the transmission bit frame. So that is the start of the uh, transmit frame. So this start of transmission time, so that will take the period SOTF, that is the start of transmit frame. So what is the start of transmit frame symbolic? This start of transmit frame has to give the master timing mark for all the transmissions. Why? Because several earth stations are ready for transmitting their uh, frames. So within the particular time slot. So in that particular time slot, to designate or to identify the frame, so we have to designate. So we have to keep them with respect to that SOTF parameter. So by inserting this SOTF parameter, all earth stations in the TDMA network, so they have to synchronize their clock timings with the SOTF marker. So when once SOTF value is set, so then what happened? All earth stations which are in the system, they are limited by this TDMA network. They have come automatically in the synchronization by their clock timing values. So when the clock timing values are designated, or when the clock timing values are described, so then what happened on this SOTF parameter? So all earth stations in the particular TDMA network, they have follow synchronization by their clock timing and with the SOTF marker. So what is the check bit for this TDMA frame? So when each earth station monitors its own transmission to maintain the correct burst, so that type of information here called as satellite loop back synchronization. Satellite loop back synchronization, very popular short answer bit. So when the earth station monitor its own transmission to maintain the correct burst, so the timing value, for this type of burst is simply called as satellite look back synchronization. So for while doing this operation, when TDMA frame is established for our satellite system, so each earth station receiving the frame must be know the transmission delay. Why? Because that transmission delay is able to adequate, and also we have to calculate the range of orbital frequencies which are helpful for this TDMA network. So why? Because in the fixed networks, the precise time at which the earth station should transmit, they have to evaluate and they have to calculate that value based upon this evaluating parameter. Similarly, provide the calculation for accurate operation, and the earth station, they can transmit the preamble burst which has zero traffic, and automatically they have to maintain, so they have to maintain the proper time slot for making them prior considerations. So when the frames has this preamble burst, when the frames has this preamble burst, they have to make uh, proper earth station bits while before transmitting them in prior order. So when the frames containing this preamble burst, so they have to arrive back at the earth station. So the actual position of the burst, that can be checked and the proper corrections are to be made. If the necessary action, we have to make them in prior order. So the station is able to make them proper feeding. So we have to assign the stations to their respective uh, master boss times to their allotted situations. So another literature here I able to explain. So in TDMA network, so timing control as well as each earth station wish to join the network, so they have to transmit the sequence. They have to transmit the sequence at a low level, similarly at the arbiter of time also. So when this CDMA sequence, so the CDMA sequence have a collide with another station. So earth station traffic burst cause for a minor interference. So the receiving earth station used to correlate the determination of time at the CDMA sequence. So the startup bit usually exactly the same process and is used to find a unique word. So by using the CDMA sequence, so we have to maintain proper same process, and we have to maintain this proper unique word length for the respective CDMA technologies. So however, in the case of CDMA sequence, so the overwritten by interference from the traffic burst which are be collided. So that type of collision automatically observed for the respective data frames. So however, in this case of CDMA sequence, so the interference from the traffic burst which will be collided, so long sequence and corresponding gain can overcome this interference, the start time of the CDMA sequence that we have to find in this explanation. So another important information here we have to identify. So if the signal transmitted by the satellite, so that cannot be monitored by the transmitting earth station. So cooperative synchronization can be used instead of normalized synchronization. Why? Because sometimes earth stations are being busy mode as per their regular operation. So during that example, we have to consider cooperative synchronization. So this situation arises when the satellite has multiple beams, or when satellite TDMA scheme should be implemented. So generalized, so the TDMA burst received in one of the beam, so that can be retransmitted by the satellite in another beam that doesn't cover the transmitting station. So a master station is required that can monitor the timing of each station burst, so that they can arrive at the satellite and send out the instruction to the earth stations when changes in the timing that we have to needed. So in the Intelsat TDMA system, so the master station determines the delay time. So for each earth station, that gives the time between start of the receive frame and this start of the transmit frame at the earth station. So the correct transmitter time is determined by the position of each earth station burst within the transmit frame. And a similar analysis here I made. If the signal transmitted by the uh, satellite cannot be monitored by the earth station, we are already said that the cooperative synchronization. So very popular short answer question. So define the situation cooperative synchronization. So that this is the problem occurred in the particular cases. So a control station is required, so they can monitor the timing of each of earth station burst, so they can arrive the satellite and send out instructions to the each earth station. So when the proper timing is needed to them. Similarly, so we have to correct the transmitted time. So that is determined by the position of the satellite station burst within the transmitted time. So if the transmitting earth stations are fall out of this synchronization, so the control station must send to the transmit code that is called here. If the transmission earth stations fall out of synchronization, suppose sometimes the synchronization is not received by the earth station, so the master earth station is able to send the do not transmit the code to the station to tell it to stop transmitting. So there, because loss of data occur to other users of the network when the station sends the burst in incorrect time. So that is that type of mutual signal transmission conveying can be possibly done in the synchronization of the particular TDMA frame. And similarly, in the satellite switching and the multiple beam satellite system, so the cooperating control station, they must provide the information to a news earth station so that wish to join the network in the prior mode or proper. So the same technique described above that we used for the basically in all satellite system, the switching and multiple beam satellite system. So the cooperating control station must provide the information to a new earth station so that wishes to join the network in the prior order. So similarly, this the same technique we have to use for the earth station to receive the beam that must be determine the timing constraint for this transmitting earth station. So on this discussion, so the conclusion regarding this synchronization is nothing but the availability of global GPS time. So we have to better than 1 microsecond accuracy that can be done easily by making this synchronization. So dear participants, so this is the information what we have to know regarding this synchronization. So the basic terms in this synchronization answer, which is equals to start of transit time, satellite look back synchronization, cooperative synchronization. So these are the three keywords under synchronization in TDMA network. So what is the start of transmit frame? SOTF. I think, but it is just a reference burst or start of the master station preamble. So which make sure that all the master they have to transmit this timing constraints. They have to transmit the variability of the timing clock. So another thing is satellite look back synchronization. So all earth station in the TDMA network synchronize their clock timing with the SOTF marker. So when an earth station monitor own transmissions to maintain the correct burst timing, so that type of mechanism here called as satellite loop back synchronization. So another thing is here cooperative synchronization. So if the signal transmitted by the satellite, so they cannot be monitored by the transmitting earth station. So that's it, that type of information here called as cooperative synchronization. So with this moment, I shifted to the new topic, transmitted power. So what is the information we have under transmitted power? So next slide, transmitted power. So now we have a transmitted power, simply transmitted power. So everybody know that the main intention, the main importance of this TDMA is nothing but these TDMA are helpful. This type of a TDMA scheme is helpful to carry the high speed data stream. So TDMA is used for high speed data streams. And similarly, the application for TDMA is it is used for fixed networks. So it is used for the fixed networks. So why? Because transponders can be more heavily loaded because less backoff needed with TDMA. And similarly, only one RF signal is present in the transponder at any time. So there is no third order intermodulation. So backoff is needed only to keep this PM and AM conversation at an acceptable level. So while understanding this transponder thing, so we have completed intermodulation products. So to convey this intermodulation products, so we have to calculate the backoff period for each transponder in prior order. Therefore, PM and AM conversation is be considered as acceptable level. So apart from this one, generally the APSK modulation, is used to avoid the decreasing in the voltage spacing between the higher voltage levels. So that is caused by the compression characteristics of the transponder. So that is also very important point here. So another thing is alternatively pre-distortion of the uplink signal that can be used to effectively linearize the transponder characteristic. So burst length can be made available to accommodate the stations that have different bit rates. So we have to evaluate all such type of the bit rate. So inherently, so as as well as be to accommodate the stations in the prior order. So this transmitted power has a significance that comparing to FDMA, so the number of earth stations which are sharing the transponder bandwidth, so higher uplink transmitted power which is required with this TDMA. So because every station must transmit these bursts, so to make the proper occupancy of these wider bandwidth. So on this criteria, we have to maintain some adequate transponder. So uplink earth stations to use the high power transponder, as well as more earth stations are required to meet the transmitted power. So based upon this transmitted power, we have here one small example. So we will continue this discussion in the upcoming video lecture. Thankful to all participants for this online JNTUK syllabus online classes. Thank you for everyone for your participation. Stay home, stay safe.